ASMR Gaming News. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to ASMR Gaming News. Please hit that like button, sit back, relax, and let's begin. So we have a lot of news this week. But first piece of news is for a very big event that happened in Fortnite about a week ago. You probably have heard about it. Literally, people that don't even play video games know about this event. That's how big it was. It's been covered by just about any news media in the last week. But yeah, Travis Scott had a Fortnite concert event called Astronomical. There were like a few concerts in total. I think there were 5 in total, if I remember correctly. 5 of them. I watched at least 2. But according to Fortnite, after all of the events were over, they released the stats of how many players watched the event. And yeah, it broke all sorts of video game records. So this is the number. Over 27.7 million players watched the Travis Scott Fortnite event this past week when it was, live in Fortnite. And that's almost 28 million people now, to put that into perspective. Literally no other video game has had that many people online for an event like this ever. So Fortnite not only is the first to do this, but it broke all types of video game records for like music, concert, events, video game crossovers, rap music, video game crossover events. It was like the first time Travis Scott ever did a video game concert. First time Fortnite ever had an event this big. First time a live event crossover like this happened online in a multiplayer type setting. All sorts of records were broken this week. So for all the people saying Fortnite is dying and all sorts of crazy things like this, the Epic Games developers are coming out this past week saying that Fortnite right now has more people playing it than they did in the last year. So 2019 doesn't even come close to the amount of people using and playing Fortnite right now this month. So the game is full of players right now. Lots of people are playing it. So I wish Fortnite the best of luck. Hopefully it just keeps on growing and growing, because people were saying that Fortnite's dying, and yet it broke every single video game record for like a live event this week, and it was just a 10-minute concert. So imagine what they can do if they put their minds to it in the future. They can do insanely crazy, awesome things. So that's really, really cool. Hopefully they do more of that. Next piece of news is for Assassin's Creed. New Assassin's Creed game was announced this week. It was teased and rumored. There were a lot of leaks, so everybody knew there was going to be a new announcement. Then they announced the live stream event. And yeah, now we have an official trailer. And new Assassin's Creed game is called Valhalla. And it is based, of course, on, Norse mythology. If any of you know Thor and all of that stuff, Valhalla is basically like their version of the afterlife. And yeah, it's based all around like Vikings. So, wow, Assassin's Creed games literally take place all over the world. We've been to like Egypt and Italy, and wow, so crazy. This is awesome. So a lot of people are excited, and get this, it is coming out on everything. Yeah, literally everything. It's coming out on the upcoming PlayStation 5. It's coming up on the upcoming Xbox Series X. So that's the new Xbox that's launching later this year. It's coming out on PC, of course. And if you only have a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, and you're not upgrading, you'll be able to buy these games on those systems too. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla coming out. The only thing it's not coming out on is the Nintendo Switch, and who knows, it might even get ported to that later on. So that's going to be a big game. Let me know what you think of the Viking Norse type setting for an Assassin's Creed game. I think it's really cool. But yeah, that's gonna be awesome. Next, we got a rumor this week that's not even a rumor. It's pretty much confirmed. Jason Schreier is very, respected in the video game community. He's a journalist. He usually always is accurate about what he's, talking about. So he came out this week to talk about the PlayStation 5 in a tweet. People asked him, like, when's Sony gonna reveal the PlayStation 5? And he's like, oh yeah, it should be a few weeks. So people are already speculating, saying, oh, we're getting a PlayStation 5 announcement at the end of May, maybe the beginning of June. And I say that's pretty accurate. I think that's probably when Sony's gonna, show us the PlayStation 5 finally, because even though they've announced the system and shown the controller, we have not officially seen the PlayStation 5 yet, so they still need to do that. Hopefully they do it very, very soon, just like Jason said they would. And speaking of the PlayStation 5, people discovered a new patent for the PlayStation 5. There is a heat sink. It has special heat sink technology that's only, like a patent only for the PlayStation 5, which people are very excited about, especially Sony fans. So apparently it's gonna have like an extremely sophisticated kind of like cooling solution system that Sony's like implemented into the PlayStation 5 to allow for like maximum airflow and heat dissipation. So remember all those memes, or all those memes about the PlayStation 4 sounding like a jet plane ready for takeoff? Well, PlayStation 5 is going to be quiet and cool. It is not going to get, extremely hot, have loud fans or anything like that. So yeah, people are excited, and I am too. This heat sink, there's a picture up and stuff, so it looks like it's going to be legit. Bad news for Nintendo fans this week. Apparently, this is just a rumor, but someone came out and reported that Nintendo will not be having a Nintendo Direct anytime soon and won't have one in June. So June is when Nintendo usually has a Nintendo Direct for E3, but since E3 is cancelled, people were expecting Nintendo to still do a live stream of some kind. Well, according to that report, Nintendo will not be doing one in June, so I'm kind of disappointed, to be honest. I really, really, really hope that, Nintendo still decides to do some kind of Nintendo Direct, because I really enjoy their live streams, their games, and just seeing their new announcements. We haven't had one in a while. It feels like, even though we just got one a few months ago, it feels like we really need a new one. So I hope Nintendo actually does one for June, because that would be terrible if they didn't. Next we got some news for Xbox fans. Microsoft has a special Xbox Series X gameplay live stream set for May 7th, so that's in just a few that's in like a week from now, so just a few more days. We're going to be seeing more about the Xbox Series X, the next generation Xbox. People are excited to see more about the features, gameplay for upcoming games, and yeah, they're going to be showing us that on May 7th, so be on the lookout if you're an Xbox fan. That's definitely something for all of you. Next, this is some serious news this week about The Last of Us. So, where do I even get started about this? Okay, so this is like an entire story that's pretty sad. So, as you all know, Last of Us 2 was delayed a few weeks ago. They said it was because of coronavirus and how they did not want to kind of release a game when GameStop and Best Buy and a lot of stores are closed and people can't go out to buy the games, and they want to make money, of course. So they said, hey, we're delaying the game until people can actually go out and buy the game, because we want, everyone that wants to get it to be able to buy it. So people are disappointed, but they said, okay. Well, fast forward to this past week, and huge leaks were put online for The Last of Us 2. Apparently, an employee that works for Naughty Dog, the development studio that made The Last of Us 2, was kind of angry about something, and he leaked tons and tons of gameplay and story content of Last of Us 2 online, including the ending of the game and things that happen to characters in the game, so it spoils everything. So seriously, do not look up these spoilers. They're online, they're everywhere. People are intentionally leaking information to spoil it for others, but yeah, it leaked. So people got like really surprised. Then after all of these leaks came out, some people canceled their pre-orders saying the game's terrible. I hate what the leaks showed me. Some people said the leaks are fine, but I'm still disappointed it was leaked. And the game's director came out on Twitter and he like posted a huge like message saying how he was so devastated that the game leaked. They've been working on this game for like 5 years, and then in just a week someone leaked everything about the story online. And they're just really sad. The development team is sad, the director is sad about this. So they said, well, since everything's been leaked, there's nothing we can do, so I guess we're gonna release the game now. So game is gonna come out in summer now, so the release date is officially set for summer on PlayStation 4. It is gonna come out soon. I think they said July, if I remember correctly. July is when it's gonna be releasing. So pre-orders are back up on the PlayStation Store for The Last of Us 2. And yeah, the director is just really sad about this whole situation. And who knows if all the people that are, getting the game now actually are interested as they were before, because a lot of people apparently canceled their pre-orders after the leaks came out. So hopefully the game doesn't like do bad this summer once it releases, because it seems like a lot of people did not like the leaks. Some people canceled after the leaks came out, so it's just a really bad situation for The Last of Us 2 now. So at least they are releasing it sooner than later now. There's not really a big delay anymore. But yeah, the development team, imagine working on a game for 5 years and then having it leak like that. I'm sure the employee that did it is gonna be in serious trouble if they find him. Like seriously, they're gonna try to like maximum lawsuits on that guy probably, so watch out, whoever did that. Also, we have another piece of Last of Us 2 news. The game is going to take up at least 100 gigabytes of space on the PlayStation 4 hard drive, which is to be expected. It's Naughty Dog. They make the Uncharted games and Last of Us, and those games were insanely huge. So we're getting a new game. Of course it's going to be 100 gigabytes, so make sure to free up space on your hard drive if you're going to be picking up Last of Us 2, because it's seriously going to be a big game. And we also got some other sad news this week. Lots of delays, lots of sad news. Ghost of Tsushima has been delayed, and it's coming out in July now. So yeah, we're not getting it like at the original release date. They had to delay the game. The development team came out to say that they have to fix some glitches, some bugs, to fully polish the game. They're just giving it some finishing touches, and they needed some extra time. So, you know what? Good on you, developers, Ghost of Tsushima developers, for delaying the game. Lots of companies, including EA, will just release a broken game and not worry about fixing bugs or glitches or, polishing the game so it's a finished product. So at least these guys delayed the game intentionally to fix things. So that's good. July isn't even that far away. Next we got some news about new Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone update. So yeah, new update came out this week, and fans are very angry because it seems like Activision is releasing updates for Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Warzone like every week, and these are insanely huge updates. The game now on PlayStation 4 is about 200 gigabytes in space, and if you have it on PC, it's a little bit over that now. I think it's like 230 gigabytes. And it's just an insanely huge game. I don't understand why the game has to be this big. I feel like they should focus on file compression or something, because, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to have a game that huge on your hard disk, and it constantly updates. So you like download a 30 gigabyte update, and then like a week later there's another one, and another one, and another one. It feels like I'm constantly updating Call of Duty, and a lot of other people felt the same way, so there was some controversy on Twitter, on Instagram, on some forums, for Call of Duty, on Reddit. People don't really like all these updates. Even some pro streamers on Twitch had some like smart things to say, like, hey, this is terrible, why don't you guys like hire better developers to compress stuff and things like that. So people are really angry about these huge updates for Call of Duty because at the end of the day, people just want to play the game. No one wants to sit there and wait for a download to finish. Next, we have some information about the upcoming Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. This is like a special enhanced definitive version of Xenoblade Chronicles, one of the best RPGs on the Nintendo Wii. It's coming out on the Nintendo Switch very, very soon. And we got some artwork that came out this week, and also some information about how the game is going to feature original music and remastered music. So if you like the original music, don't worry, it's still in the game. And you can also listen to the new orchestrated remastered version, so there's something there for everyone. The new character designs, by the way, look amazing. Although I have to say that the game, even though the original one, the graphics weren't that great, there was something charming about how some of the characters look like. And I feel the new definitive edition kind of, I don't know, makes the characters look too good in my opinion, like too polished. I don't know, I think I like the art style of how they look like in the original game. But hey, I'm still buying it. Love Xenoblade Chronicles, so definitely check out the new artwork and stuff if you're interested. Next, we got some random news this week. Elijah Wood. Yes, Elijah Wood, the actor. You probably know him as Frodo from Lord of the Rings. Yeah, turns out he plays Animal Crossing, and there was a funny story that came out where someone posted on like a forum or image board or of some kind, I think it was like a Nintendo forum, saying, oh hey, come to my island, I have high prices for turnips. And Elijah Wood randomly showed up on the island, and people were like, wait a second, what's Elijah Wood doing here? And turns out Elijah Wood plays Animal Crossing, and he wanted to sell his turnips to make a lot of money in Animal Crossing, and I'll explain that in a second. So in Animal Crossing, there's this thing called turnips, where you can buy turnips and you buy them for a certain price, and then every day after you buy the turnips, you can sell them usually for a higher or lower price. It's random. It's like, yeah, it's random. It's completely generated by the game. So some days you lose money, some days you gain money. And people, what they like to do is go to other players' villages or towns and try to sell their turnips there. So let's say today your island is selling turnips for a very, very, very low price. You don't want to obviously sell them there, so you take them to your friend's island where they're worth more money. You get all that money, and then you go back to your own island. So that's what Elijah Wood was doing. Kind of funny. It was a story on the internet. A lot of people liked it. It's kind of cool, you know. Celebrities play video games too, so that was a funny situation. Imagine having like a celebrity show up in your Animal Crossing world or in your video game. That would be cool. Next, we got a trailer and release date for Destroy All Humans, the remake for Destroy All Humans. So this is a pretty cool game, by the way. You should definitely check out Destroy All Humans. It's about aliens. You play as one specific alien. You have to take over this town. You can do a lot of funny things like mind controlling people and seeing what they're thinking and just messing with stuff. It's a fun game. I definitely recommend checking out the trailer. The original game was considered to be pretty cool. Like, it did very well when it first came out. And now we're getting a remake. And this remake version, there's a trailer, and it's coming out on July 28th. So we're getting a lot of games in July, it seems. So July is going to be a great month for video games if you're not on vacation. And the last piece of news is for Shigesato Itoi, the creator of the Earthbound series, which in Japan is known as the Mother series. If you know Nintendo, you probably have heard of Earthbound. It's a popular RPG that came out on the Super Nintendo and kind of developed a cult following. People absolutely love that game. It had a sequel on the Game Boy Advance, which fans have been asking for years. Like, ever since the early 2000s, people have been begging Nintendo to release it, and Nintendo has not been answering, like, at all. They've been just saying, oh, we're looking into it, or, yeah, we don't know anything about that yet. So, fast forward to now, Shigesato Itoi, the creator of this Earthbound game series, announced that he's working on something called the Mother Project for this year, and it's going to be a book of the Earthbound or Mother series in all different languages. So it's not just going to be Japanese, it's going to be, English, Spanish, French. And he has surprising news that he will announce before the end of 2020. So people, especially fans, are saying, Nintendo fans are saying, there is a possibility that we might get an Earthbound collection or something special. Fans have been waiting for Mother 3, which would be Earthbound 2, for a very, very long time. So it means that maybe, just maybe, we might see this on the Nintendo Switch getting announced later this year. So hopefully something does happen. I'm excited if it is, but keeping my fingers crossed because I've been disappointed way too many times on this series. So yeah, fans are kind of skeptical but also happy. And yeah, that's basically all the big game news for this week. So thank you all for listening, for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to help support the channel, check out the Patreon at patreon.com/ASMRGaming, and with as little as $1 a month, you can be included in monthly shout-out videos and all sorts of other cool stuff. So definitely do that if you can, and I will see you all next time. So long.